SS-31 peptide benefits. So in this video, I'm going to be covering all the benefits that we're seeing from SS-31. And while this is a newly approved drug for Barth syndrome, approved September 19th, 2025, what we're seeing is this small 4 amino acid chains, just a small little peptide, produces a power punch. So think of SS-31 as something that fuels your mitochondria like jet fuel. It creates better energy transmission, gives you the vitality that you want without the stimulant. And the side effect profile is very minimal. I mean, the beautiful thing about this is SS-31 is one of those peptides that doesn't just go and force more energy in your body and leave you depleted. It actually fixes the reason why the energy is low in the first place. By the end of this video, you're going to know all the benefits of SS-31, if it's right for you, and you're going to also know how this thing works. So I'm Regan Archibald. I am not a medical doctor. I'm not giving you medical advice. All I'm doing is sharing the information with you, but I do have a phenomenal medical team led by Dr. Jeremy Stitch. He's our medical director, who is an MD. We also have nurse practitioners, physician assistants, and a whole team of longevity experts who can help you look, feel, and perform your best at any age. Go to agelessfuture.com. You can find all the information there. So what are the benefits of SS-31? Well, first of all, we got to talk about the mice, right? Because they're really helpful. And I know a lot of you have pet mice. You've been sending me videos of your pet mice. But this study was done. It's called Improving Mitochondrial Function with SS-31 Reverses Age-Related Redox Stress and Improves Exercise Tolerance in Aged Mice. So if you have an old mouse, listen to this. Pretty cool. So what they did is they treated these 26-month-old mice and young mice with SS-31. Lucky mice, right? Or they did saline. So they had it was a placebo control versus control. What they found is they were measuring the skeletal muscle ATP production. They were looking at oxidative phosphorylation efficiency, ROS emission, and exercise performance. And what they found is that the mice that had the SS-31 in their IV reversed the age-related mitochondrial dysfunction by boosting ATP max, the PO ratios, the PCR ATP energy state, and exercise tolerance while reducing ROS insufficiency and oxidative stress without enhancing the already healthy young mitochondria, demonstrating this targeted benefit for endurance, fatigue reduction, and cellular resistance. So you're probably saying, well, that was mice, what about humans? Actually, humans, it showed almost just as dramatic of improvements. That's why it got the accelerated FDA approvals and why it's being used today for people who have mitochondrial dysfunctions. So this is really important because when you think of the benefits of this, if you're somebody who has energy problems, and you don't know where it's coming from, well, the first thing you want to think about is not just like, let me put some SS-31 in my body and hope my energy improves, because in some of the studies, if your body is not corrected and you start adding jet fuel into an engine that has a spark plug that's out, you're just going to have the engine rev harder but not getting output from it. And so what you want to do is understand what is causing the energy deficit. And we call this the epic triggers. So is there emotional stress that's causing the drainage of your energy? Do you have relationships that are just pulling you down? That could be a big issue. Do you have unresolved trauma? The second thing is you have pain in your body. Anytime you have pain, pain can be one of the biggest energy drainage sources in your life. So we have a no pain policy. Get rid of the pain. You don't want it jumping around with you. The third thing you want to look at are infections. So if you have like a Epstein viral issue, if you have long COVID, if you have parasites, if you have any kind of infection in your body, even infections from mycotoxins or environmental illness, those things are going to be needed to be addressed while you're using SS-31. It's not going to override all of those imbalances. And then a final thing are chemical exposures. So if you're putting chemicals into your body, if you're drinking too much alcohol, if you're using recreational drugs or marijuana, these things are going to interfere with your mitochondria. If you're exposed to glyphosate, you're eating food that's not good for you. If you're going to fast food, it's like that hard, easy principle. If you're not willing to make some changes in your lifestyle and invest in your health, SS-31 is not going to work great. No peptide will, no hormone, because this is signaling medicine. This is medicine of the future. But medicine of the future requires active participation with you so that you can get the benefits that you want. And that's the beautiful thing about it. But what SS-31 does do is it lowers inflammation. It goes right into those ducts and binds to what's called cardiolipin, and it activates 2 of the 5 cytochromes that lead to great energy transmission into the mitochondria. And when you do that, when you activate those cytochromes, now your body, it's almost like you fix the spark plug and you fix the carburetor, and you've got this clean fuel source where you can really activate the energy without the jitteriness, without any kind of the side effects that you get when you're on a stimulant. Like if you're on Adderall or something, you're going to be damaging part of your brain to feed that prefrontal cortex, and you have a massive letdown when you don't have the stimulants. SS-31 does not work like that. You don't put it in your body and suddenly you just have this energy boost, but you do have this slow, steady building of this vitality. Now, one of the things that I think is interesting is the levels of consciousness in the body. And I look at peptides as little folded molecules, these protein structures that just carry an energy expression into your body. That energy expression starts changing the way that your cells behave and communicate. Suddenly they go from being in a restricted mode to turning on the signaling. Their heart opens. Your body starts noticing that communication. That's where the real energy comes from. We've all felt it when we've eaten sugar or drank caffeine, and we get this temporary surge of energy only to fall flat on our face when that stimulant wears off. SS-31 is not like that. It's 4 amino acid chains, so it's a very small molecule, one of the shortest peptide structures ever approved by the FDA, but it packs a punch. But the punch is gentle. The punch is more like a whisper that reminds your mitochondria how to make energy again. Some of the benefits that you'll see, it does fix the ATP production. So any people who have kidney disease, SS-31 can repair these nephrons and the tubules in the nephrons so that you get better energy production. The other thing SS-31 does is it lowers what's called ROS. And when ROS is high, you're going to lose the signal. It's almost like having static on your phone where you can't get a pure signal, but when SS-31 is placed in the body, now it's like being connected to Wi-Fi where the signal comes in really nice. The other thing that SS-31 does is it can stop the cell danger response. So cell danger response is, in my opinion, one of the biggest medical breakthroughs where we learned that when the body's got stress, it goes into this level 1 cell danger response, and your body starts sending signals to your white blood cells. So the mitochondria know before your immune system knows when there's a threat. And so it starts producing energy outside of the cell to feed the white blood cells. So you can activate all of the T cells, the killer T cells, to locate where the threat is and eradicate it. But if that lasts for too long, if the stress wasn't warranted, for example, and maybe it's just psychological stress, then you go into level 2 cell danger response, and that's where diseases like heart disease and diabetes start to show up. And then if it sticks around long enough, you go into cell danger response level 3. That's where the neurological system starts to get damaged. That's where dementia, Alzheimer's, cognitive decline, MS, lupus, those things start to show up, these autoimmune diseases. Now, one of the things that they were studying SS-31 for, and they are, is Alzheimer's. Because with Alzheimer's, if you think about Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's disease, ALS, all these very tragic neurodegenerative diseases, they stem from having poor energy. They have an energy deficit, so your body's not able to compensate for what it needs. And so SS-31 does have a dramatic improvement on improving the mitochondria in the brain. But like I mentioned in the beginning, SS-31 is not the magic thing that's going to fix your energy. You've got to get to the underlying cause. There's going to be other pathways that you want to activate when using SS-31. If you're somebody who cares about your health, you want to invest in it, all you need to do is go to agelessfuture.com, talk to one of our health ascension specialists. They can get you the help you need, get you with our medical team who will review your labs, and they'll help you understand exactly what you need to do to get to the health that you deserve. I'm Regan Archibald. Appreciate you being on this channel. I'll see you on the next video.